friends. Welcome back to Redgate Ranch Homestead. I'm so glad that you're with us. If this is your first time, I'm Margie, and I'm so glad to have you. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. I want to take you on a journey with us today on building a chicken run. Now, you watched the video where we restored a 100-year-old chicken coop that was in my barn. And we had a lot of fun doing that. But the chicks did not have a safe place to go outside. So we needed to build a chicken run. And oh, my friends, I have zero carpentry experience and zero building experience. But I have a lot of gumption. So we tackled this, and I think it turned out pretty good. We started out with a piece of paper. We drew it out like we thought we wanted it to look. We made a few changes. We had to special order some of the brackets. But this is how we started, and this worked for us. The other thing that we did that I think is really important is to know that we painted all of the boards before we began assembling it. And that was really a time saver, and it was really a good priority to have. The other thing I can tell you is that you absolutely need an air compressor and a stapler that goes with the air compressor. That is absolutely essential. We use that with all the hardware cloth and all the chicken wire. It was essential. So I would highly recommend that you have that tool available to you. Now, follow along. We had a blast doing this. The chickens, the first time they were out on the ground, we will show you that. We had such a great time, and the chicks are so happy. We plan on building some other enhancements later on, so you may see some of those. But we had so much fun, and I hope you enjoy watching this video. Here are some of the tools that we're going to be using, some of the supplies. I'm sure a lot of this looks very familiar to you. We've got the pocket hole jig. We've got 2.5-inch deck screws. The Simpson 3-way corner brace. This is going to help us. Of course, it'll be like that when we're working on the tops, but that's going to help us brace all of those 2x4s. Got corner brackets, and then of course all of the hardware that we need for the door. One of the things that was not included in the video construction is how we attach the chicken run to the barn. And what we did here is we took a 2x4 and we screwed it into the barn in several different places all the way up, and then we put the 2x4 that was here and we came in from the inside and we screwed it into this board. It's attached to the barn and should be secure for most any kind of wind or storm. We also added an extra L bracket there to help reinforce that upper joinery. And we did that on both sides. We also did a safety perimeter of hardware cloth all the way around the chicken run. So no predators can dig through. And you see here's the 2x4 on this side, and then we attached the inside 2x4 to this one with a screw from the inside. And we've got another L bracket up there to help keep it secure. We also added an owl with a bobblehead, and hopefully that will ward off any kind of aerial predators as well. Another thing I wanted to show you is the door. One of the things that we did, because it latches from the outside, when we come inside, you can't open it. It's locked. And we want it that way, but we had to figure out something so that we could open it from the inside. So we have this picture wire, and you'll have to forgive my hands, I've been painting, but one of the picture wire is thick, but it's flexible. And we used that, and we attached it to this handle, and then we drilled a little hole. I don't know if you can see. And then I just pull this, and it pulls the latch on the outside like that. You see? And that's how it works. So now I don't have to make any embarrassing phone calls to say, could you please come unlock me or get me out of the chicken coop? I've locked myself in. So I hope this is helpful to you. And you can see the hole that's in the lock here. It's just a locking mechanism. It comes down and it latches onto this bar here. And so when I pull on that wire from the inside, it releases it. And then it locks itself back. So, and then of course at night, we've got the added bolt lock that just slides over. added a little color to the chicken coop. We painted the roosting bars and we made it all colorful polka dots. And the girls just love it. We also added some swings, which we used hay strings and some broken branches, and they enjoy that as well. The chicken coop measures about 15 feet by 9 feet. And it's really quite large. It gives the chickens plenty of room. This is their little feed and water station. We built a little platform and put hardware cloth across the top of it to help prevent getting shavings and soil in the food and water. So we've got a waterer, a bowl of food, and a terracotta saucer that holds their grip. But the thing they love most is a bowl of their food mixed with a little water. I call that their oatmeal. And as you can see, they went nuts over it. And by the end of the day, this bowl will be completely empty. They love to sit here at the door, at this permanent screen door, and they can look outside over the pasture and watch the horses. And they love to do that. But they all congregate right there. When it's bedtime, I have this telescopic net that I have, and it's very helpful in rounding up renegade chickens. I'd say that's about 8 feet, 7 to 8 feet. I've never had to use it, but I've got it just in case I ever have an emergency. And I keep it right here on the door. The actual run is 10 feet long, 10 feet wide, and actually 8 feet tall on this end and 10 feet tall on this end. That way we have a slant, and if I ever decide in the future to add a corrugated plastic roof, a tin roof, metal roof or something, then it will have a slant so that water can escape more easily. We made this little waterer out of a 5-gallon bucket, and we drilled 3/8-inch holes for these poultry cups, and the chicks just love it. And what I do, because they can dip their little beaks in here, and you can see probably that they get a little dirty in there, but that's from their little beaks. So I just take water and I just splash it out, and that cleans those little poultry cups. See? And they're all clean now. And to add water, I just lift the lid. And I pour out the water. And that's how we keep their water. We also drilled 2 little holes here. One here, and one here. That way the water can siphon out. Mosquitoes can't get in, but air can. Murph, can you tell the folks thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.